Hey everyone, this is episode 16 of Slot Cars What Character? And this one is going to focus on slot cars that your parents probably loved to hate. I think most parents back in the 60s and 70s and 80s and up till today probably tolerated slot cars. They probably, gave their kids presents of a slot car track and some cars and figured they'd have some fun with it until they realized that, slot cars in general make some clickety clack noise. And if you have them on a floor, like if you have them on a tile floor or something, it can get kind of annoying if you're not the one playing with it. If you're trying to read the newspaper after a hard day's work, sitting on the couch and your kid's on the floor, and you just hear that clickety clack, and the engines and all that stuff going on. But these cars in particular were probably the last straw for a lot of parents that probably made a lot of kids pack up their slot car sets and move to their rooms or put them away in storage forever. I just want to focus on these, and some of these are pretty obnoxious, some more obnoxious than the others, but they're all a lot of fun and I enjoy them all. So we'll start with the earliest and probably the most obnoxious of all. Well, I don't know if they all can run that title, but these are the Aurora vibrators from back from 1959 to 1961, 62. And this was the earliest version of an HO slot car, well, one of the earliest versions. And yeah, when you put this on the track, it's not too pleasing of a sound. And I'm going to stop right there because that's as much as I could take of that. They're fun to drive around though, but just for the sake of the video purposes, I don't want to get you all riled up with these sounds. And if you crank the volume up too loud, your spouse or if your parents are there, they'll probably say, "Turn that down." There's two vibrators right there. But thankfully, Aurora got away from that, and they invented the T-Jet chassis and then the AFX chassis later on in the 70s. And but however, they didn't do away for good with those obnoxious sounds. This Dodge in particular has what is called a Magnasonic chassis. And what that is it has a little sound clip on here. This replaces the little clips that hold the pancake motors on. And that's Magnasonic. And as you can see, I have a bag of these. These are all the ones I had in my childhood that I took off, and I'm storing them in that bag because they're really, yeah, I don't know. Let me show you what they sound like here on the track. And it's supposed to emulate, an engine sound, and it's pretty good at doing that. Oh, I just crashed. Yeah, so you get the idea there. And I always thought, and my friends always thought, that having these Magnasonic clips would slow the cars down, and they probably do. So we took them all off, and that's why they're all in the bag. This is the only one I keep on one of my cars, and I don't race that, so it's not anything that I need to worry about. So, and there's a number of cars that they put on with those Magnasonic clips. Now, getting to Tyco got involved in the sound business to get on parents' nerves. And these were U-turn cars, which they will be featured pretty soon. But this is what the U-turn car is like. And that's pretty cool, the U-turn police car anyway. And that's something that can wear on your nerves after a while, but it's a lot of fun if you're just doing a few laps. And I try to make the U-turn there, but I'll do that in an upcoming video. I'll show you all that. I'll get a wider track. This is still my temporary setup. Whenever I want to do some HO tuning and things, I set up my temporary HO track here on top of the digital track. But we are planning to clear out some space. I know I've been saying this for a while, but I want to set up something in the garage, a nice 4-lane HO track in the garage. So look forward to seeing that coming upcoming sometime soon. And hopefully not in the too distant future, because I really need to get that thing set up, and this way I can not limit myself when I have these HO things going on. I still want to race the 132nd and 124th on here, so I'm constantly taking this down, putting it up. When the grandkids come over, I'm taking this down because they really are into the big cars, is what they call it. They want to race the big cars, and so that's the story for now. But here we are for now. So also there's the that was the police car, and this is Tycho's fire chief, and pretty much the same principle, same lights and sounds on that. And of course I still couldn't do the stunt with the one hand, but that's okay. Next, I'm going to clear out some space here because this is an Ayrton car, and it's really a 1/43rd scale car. So putting it on the HO track, I have it facing backwards to remind me that these cars do go backwards if you put them on HO, if you can even get their guide pins in. And this guide pin actually does fit in there, so it will go. But this was a unique thing. Ayrton had their own kind of Magnasonic type of chassis in there, where it would make the engine sounds, and it sounded like this. Okay. So yeah, that was Ayrton's version of the Magnasonic. Ayrton. And then back to Tycho, we have the fire truck, which many of you are probably aware of. It does multiple things. This is, of course, the US1 trucking, which goes backwards and forwards. Again, that's something in an upcoming video, so I don't want to feature too much about that. But on the on the HO track, this is how it goes. And right now, of course, when I want to make this video, I realized that the bulb blew out on it. It does have the flashing bulb for the fire truck, and also the sound siren that you're going to hear. But the bulb blew out. I have to replace the bulb, so I just reminded myself that. But so pretend there's a bulb flashing on that as it goes around. But this is the fire truck from Tycho. Okay, as you see, a couple of laps of that, and your dad will be screaming at you. And no matter what generation, no matter what decade, your dad will be screaming with you, and your mom will be saying, why don't you take that somewhere else? Get that out of my house. Now, Carrera has also made these trucks, which have unique sounds. My grandkids absolutely love these, and I think they kind of wore the sound boxes out of them because I just tried experimenting with them, and I couldn't get some of them to sound. So we're going to try it here. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You'll have to trust me that these, when new, worked well and made a sound. This ambulance in particular was pretty original, pretty unique, in that I'm just going to drive it around just a little bit here because, as you can see, it's going to hit a roadblock there with the HO track. So just to drive it around, when you, I better pick up the right controller here. When you hit the lane change button, it will make a certain sound, and the first four lane changers, the first four of the controllers each have a unique sound. So when you hit the lane change button on, this is the controller number 4, it will make a special sound that none of the others will make. And so for this, let's just try this and see if it works. I missed the lane change. Did you hear that? There's a patient in there, and he's crying in pain. And whenever you deslot, you hear that. So I thought that was really clever, very incredibly done by Carrera. and that's the ambulance. And if you get that, which these are still available, I see, and it comes with a little nurse figure, and she's always in my victory lane giving first aid to the winner. And then there's the first responder truck from Carrera, and let's see what kind of sound this makes. Of course, it's not making a sound. Like I said, I think the grandkids totally wore the sound out, but that's okay. This is all for them too, so that's fine. This one is the milk truck, and this one has its own set of sounds when you hit that lane change button. And of course, like the others, this won't make the sounds. Oh, there we go. You hear that cowbell and the birds chirping? That's on 4. If you put it on one of the other ones, you'll hear a cow mooing. It is a milk truck, so you hear a cow mooing as it goes around the track. Very clever, very unique, very annoying if you're not the one playing. Then there's the tow truck, the Carrera tow truck, and I'm going to put this Ferrari on here, and you hopefully you never see a Ferrari on a tow truck like this. Just pretend you never saw this image, get it out of your mind, but we're just going to try it and see if this works. No, no sound. So I'm gonna have to go in there and dig in to see what's going on with the sound bars in those, but get that Ferrari off of that tow truck. That's not meant to be. Yeah, so that'll be my next project, is to get the kinks worked out of those. And well, there's one more. This is a Skelectric police car, and I feel really guilty about using this car because my oldest grandson, he loves this car. He absolutely loves this car. This is pretty much his car. So we're going to take it around just a little bit just to show you the uniqueness in this car. And here we go. Okay. So there you have it. There's some completely obnoxious cars that parents love to hate, but kids will love them, and parents too, and your friends will like them. They're great cars to break up the monotony and have some fun racing or just driving around and listening to the sounds and moving on to the next one. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.